So now let's look at the CTA, the call to action. The current CTA is visit T-Mobile today at the very end. It's not emotionally compelling or benefit driven. Let me say that again because this is important. These are strong CTAs. Find out how much you'll save right now or lock in your savings for 5 years today. Huge. A lot more compelling than visit T-Mobile today at the very end. And we're going to place this at the midway point and at the end. In video marketing, we all know how important messaging is and the execution of that messaging within the video. I'm excited today because I'm going to be using a brand that I know really well, which is T-Mobile, and we're going to look how ChatGPT can now analyze videos. Yes, analyze your marketing videos for impact. So let's hop over to the screen real quick. Now that we're in ChatGPT, let's go over my prompt. I'm going to upload a video from T-Mobile. Simple. This marketing video unveils new plans. Families can save up to 20% versus AT&T and Verizon, while Metro lowers prices across its most popular plans. I want to use ChatGPT to analyze the video as it relates to marketing. Right now, the video is on T-Mobile's YouTube page with 11,455 views. What works with this video and what needs to be fixed to make this a marketing powerhouse? So we're going to analyze the video using ChatGPT to figure this out. I also want to see if it follows the StoryBrand framework, and if not, can the StoryBrand framework help create a more powerful message? Analyze what makes it effective. This was created by Donald Miller, and as we hop over to Google, Google will tell you exactly what it is. Storytelling framework that helps businesses clarify their message and connect with customers by focusing on the customer's perspective and journey. So you don't focus on the brand, you focus on the customer and their journey and their pain points. So you have a character, identify your customer and what they want. So your customer is the character. They have a problem. Highlight the challenges they face, including external, internal, and philosophical problems. Now here's where, in this place, T-Mobile will be the guide. Position your brand as the solution provider, not the hero, demonstrating empathy and authority. Think of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker. Plan. Outline a clear plan to success showing how your product or service can help. A call to action. CTAs are huge, right? Encourage immediate engagement and the start of the buying process. Avoiding failure. Emphasize the risk of inaction and paint a picture of the positive outcomes of success. And then success. Describe the improved life or situation the customer can achieve by taking action. So by focusing on these 7 elements, the StoryBrand framework helps businesses tell their story in a way that resonates with customers, making their message easier to understand and remember. All right, so we're going to hop back over to ChatGPT. And what we're going to be looking for is a hook in the first 3 to 5 seconds. Does it grab attention? Messaging, is the value prop clear? Does it speak to pain points or desires? Storytelling, is there a clear arc with emotional or logical progression? Visuals and editing, are the visuals clean, modern, and engaging? Are there pacing issues? CTA, is there a compelling visible CTA? Is it placed in the right moments? Target audience fit, does it speak directly to your intended viewer? Sound design and music, are they emotionally aligned with the message and polished? And then we're going to have ChatGPT provide actionable insights. So what to trim or tighten to improve watch time? Where can we add emotional triggers or prove testimonial stats, user footage? So what we can do is use ChatGPT not only to come up with a video marketing campaign for YouTube, but we can also use it for Instagram and LinkedIn. This is awesome. Optimization ideas for better conversion and ROI, return on investment based on your goals, click sales, signups, etc. So what I'm going to do is that I am just going to upload the file, T-Mobile Guarantee. Here's the file. It's going to upload. All right, that was quick. The file is already uploaded, and we're just going to hit analyze. At least let's see what happens. All right, that was super quick. So it's already telling me the video is approximately 8 minutes with a resolution of 720p, which is what I downloaded from YouTube. Analyzing the video for hook strength, market message clarity, story brand framework alignment, visual editing quality, call to action, audience targeting, and sound design. And then let's see, initial assessment, the hook, 0 to 5 seconds. Analysis, the video starts immediately with a punchy statement. T-Mobile is changing the game again. Awesome. Effectiveness, moderate. It's clear and bold, but it lacks a powerful pain point or emotional trigger that can immediately grab attention. It assumes the viewer already cares. All right, that's something interesting that we need to think about. Fix. Consider opening with a problem statement or surprising stat. Families are overpaying up to $1,200 a year on mobile plans. That's awesome. Great messaging for the hook. Now let's actually get into the messaging of the video. The value prop. Families can save 20% versus AT&T and Verizon. Metro customers get lower prices on popular plans. Clarity, clear and consistent throughout, but slightly too formal and internal facing, not as benefit driven as it could be. Interesting. So it's saying that's a little stuffy and it's a little internal and it should be more of an external message for customers. Fix. Use customer-centered language instead of Metro lowest prices. Try you pay less on the plans you already love. See, it's already starting to say that instead of focusing on the brand, which is Metro and T-Mobile, they want to focus on the customer, which is you guys that actually are paying for these plans. So we're using words like you pay less on the plans you already love. Looking at the story brand framework. So the video speaks from T-Mobile's point of view, not the customers, which is huge. So we need to flip that script and focus on the customer. There's no pain points addressed: overpaying, confusion, lack of trust. So that's huge, right? The guide is T-Mobile. T-Mobile is positioned as the guide, but needs to show empathy and authority. This is awesome. Who gives a plan? Clear, new pricing, and 5-year guarantees. So that's awesome. Call to action mentioned, but weak. Visit T-Mobile today. So as we look at the call to action, we can see that the call to action is weak. It's mentioned, but it just says visit T-Mobile today. We need a call to action that makes you, the customer, you, the consumer, to want to take an actionable step now. By having to visit T-Mobile today, that's not really a great call to action because it's making us having to go to T-Mobile and do stuff, and yeah, it's not great. Leads to success. Implied but not visualized, so we need to work on that. Helps avoid failure, and this is a big one, and it's not present in this video. No contrast showing what happens if they don't switch. So now that we've gone through the story brand framework and we can see that this video can be highly improved and help with ROI, let's look at the fix. Use more emotional storytelling with a character arc. Feature a relatable family. Show them overpaying, confused, then discovering T-Mobile. Relief, joy, security. Visuals and editing. Visuals, clean, branded, professional, modern, corporate aesthetic. Editing, pacing is steady but slow for digital attention spans. Many long takes after the same speaker with little dynamic B-roll. So we're really analyzing how this is going to affect for a marketing campaign. This is awesome. So for this video, the visuals are clean, branded, professional, modern, corporate aesthetic. It could be better, right? Especially for a video that is focused on the customer. You don't want a modern corporate aesthetic. That sounds too, I don't know, it's just too corporate-y. Editing, pace is steady but slow for digital attention spans. We want to cut every 3 to 4 seconds. Many long takes of the same speaker with little dynamic B-roll. The fix, tighten talking head segments, add dynamic text overlays, emojis, or quick cut user interactions or reactions. Use punchier transitions to hold interest. So the fix is something that if you're a video editor and you've worked in advertising and marketing for a long time, you already know this. It needs to be tight. You need dynamic text overlays and it needs punchier transitions. So this is something that we can definitely fix in post. Fix it in post, right? So now let's look at the CTA, the call to action. The current CTA is visit T-Mobile today at the very end. It's not emotionally compelling or benefit driven. The fix, show CTA at the midway point and at the end. Try find how much you might save right now or lock in your savings for the first 5 years today. Those, let me say that again because this is important. These are strong CTAs. Find out how much you'll save right now or lock in your savings for 5 years today. Huge. A lot more compelling than visit T-Mobile today at the very end. And we're going to place this at the midway point and at the end. Target audience fit. Primary audience, budget conscious families, especially those frustrated with legacy carriers. Tone fit, slightly too corporate, could be warmer, more empathetic to working parents. Fix, add real families, testimonials, or use storytelling like Meet the Johnsons. They saved $480 this year. Again, we're going back to the tried and true things that we've been using in marketing and advertising for years, which is a good old customer testimonial, right? Bring it back to the client, bring it back to the customer. Don't focus on the brand. Again, T-Mobile as the brand needs to be not the hero of the story, but T-Mobile needs to be, as we go back to the story brand framework, the character is going to be the user, the customer, the client. T-Mobile needs to be the guide. So again, I want to stress this. The primary audience is budget conscious families, especially those frustrated with legacy carriers. I know that this is exactly what T-Mobile was going for. The tone fit, slightly too corporate, could be warmer, more empathetic to working parents. Again, we're focusing more on the client, the customer, and not T-Mobile. Again, T-Mobile is not the customer. T-Mobile is not the hero of the story. T-Mobile is the guide that has a solution to the hero's problems. Add real families, testimonials, or use storytelling like Meet the Johnsons. They save $480 this year. That's what people want to hear. When it comes to sound design and music, that sound is clear, crisp, and professional. Music is subtle, again, too corporate. So this is, again, something that has been the thread throughout this whole video. We can see that the underlying thread is that this video is too corporate. It is too sterile. It needs to be more gritty. It needs to focus on, it needs to be boots on the ground. It needs to be talking about how they can save their customers money, right? Not so sterile, not so corporate-y. Get rid of the corporate music. Let's do something else. Get rid of the corporate pacing and it's too slow. Let's really think outside the box when it comes to how we're going to speed this up. And it's not even thinking outside the box. And I use that phrase thinking that I'm like, what am I saying outside the box? This is something that we've done in advertising and marketing as video marketers for years. So again, actionable insights. What to trim or tighten. Cut slow intro and lengthy monologues, right? So get rid of the slow intro and the lengthy can't even say that this morning. Lengthy monologues. Add punch to your B-roll and supporting visuals, infographics, charts, smiling customers. Add emotional triggers. Highlight family emotions, relief, celebration. Add testimonial snippets. We were paying $300 or more before T-Mobile. Alternative CTAs and platform versions. Instagram, 15-second reels. Overpaying on your phone plan, T-Mobile just dropped new prices. LinkedIn, 60-second highlight reel with stat overlays and corporate credibility. Awesome. YouTube Shorts, split into 3-part series. Problem, plan, CTA, success. So this is all different platform versions that we can use from the main marketing video. Optimization for better ROI. Pinned comment with savings calculator link, awesome. Pinned comments are huge on YouTube and on Instagram right now. Something that you need to be using. Add subtitles for silent scrolling, which they do have. Create a compare your plan interactive landing page. This is awesome. So you can actually go in and see what you are paying with Verizon or AT&T and actually plug in all your information and see what you will save with T-Mobile. So this is actually a cross-platform omni-channel marketing approach using not only an interactive landing page, but the marketing video, which is awesome. So we're kind of lining everything up. We're lining our ducks up now. Use paid promotion targeting families aged 30 to 50 with interest in finance and budgeting. So there you have it. We are looking at how we can now use ChatGPT as, again, another tool in our marketing strategy when it comes to analyzing marketing and advertising videos that we want to use, that we want to put out there in the world to see how they will actually perform. I hope that you found this video interesting and enlightening, because this is the future. This is the future now. This is how we as advertisers and marketers can take what our creative teams are doing, plug it into what we want to accomplish with our marketing and advertising goals within ChatGPT, and then use ChatGPT as your marketing and advertising partner on coming up with a game plan of why it works, why it doesn't work. And again, I am using a finished video by T-Mobile. I have no affiliation with T-Mobile right now. I am just showing how this works and how this would work. If I was working as a marketer or advertiser within the T-Mobile group, what I would do is, this is something that you can deploy in the early stages of the video. You can do this in the scripting stage. You could do this in the rough cut stage, and you can get instant feedback from ChatGPT, and then you can bring it back to your teams and say, this is what we need to look at. This is what we need to retool. This is what I think works, what doesn't work. ChatGPT in real time analyzed this 8-minute video for hook strength, message clarity, story brand framework, visual editing quality, call to action effectiveness, audience targeting, and sound design. Showed me what worked, what didn't work, things that we can easily fix in the editing process. We don't have to go back to step one. So if you use this as a tool in your marketing strategy, in the creative process and post-production, this is going to hit on all cylinders. And again, even before this, back in the pre-production process, when you're working on your scripting, you can upload your script and make sure that you're firing on all cylinders there. So again, we're using a finished video, but showing what we can do to improve this. So again, this is huge for marketing and advertising professionals. I hope that you found this insightful. I hope that you can take this information and now see what ChatGPT can do by analyzing your marketing videos and make them marketing powerhouses. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Dave Constein, and I appreciate all of you.